We were building a home while I was deployed in Afghanistan.
The initial thought process for the house in its entirety was $600,000.
We're still trying to figure out where all the money's gone.
Right now, we owe $880,000 on our mortgage,
This is just not the way it was supposed to be.
$90,000 on our credit lines,
We are completely maxed out, and the house is not even finished yet.
and $40,000 to my parents.
You owe almost $1 million. It's not done. And now what do you do? Who do you call? Mark and Carol, two beautiful people. Mark's been in the military for just over 20 years now, supposed to retire. Let's plan. Let's build our dream home, our retirement home. Not massive, make it environmentally friendly, use geothermal, make sure it's not more than 2,000 square feet. Great thinking. Set of twins. How can you go wrong here? Like everything seems to go right, and all of a sudden, it turns right upside down. It's like taking this plane and doing one of these.
We planned it. Actually, we sat down on a computer program like probably about 8 years ago. Spent hours trying to plan the outlay and situate the home on the property so that it optimizes the sun usage for solar power in the future if we were to do that, and the passive heating in the winter months for the great room windows. And we've just to the nth degree planned everything out.
This is what I wanted when I was a kid. I want that home. I want the dream property and that retirement place that's good for my kids when I leave this planet, and somewhere for me, for all the hard work I've done in my life, to retire in.
Hello.
Carol?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Oh, nice to meet you. I got a hug right away.
Hey, Mike.
Sir Mark, how are you?
Nice to meet you.
This is one of the nicest log homes I've ever seen. I gotta say, the first perception of anyone looking at this is like, why is Mike Holmes here? This is a beautiful house. Obviously, these people have money. No, they don't have money. They're in debt because of the problems they went through because of one man. Come on in. Make yourself at home.
Yeah, okay.
Our contractor was a friend of the family. We really did, we put our kind of life on the line, really, with him, and we gave him all we had and said, look, here's what we want, and...
But going back, our contractor knew very well, because he knew us well, what our absolute maximum we could spend was, and that was crystal clear right from the very beginning. So we were on a very finite, and we wouldn't have actually started this project. We would have never built it if he hadn't promised he could do it within that budget.
Not only was the house not finished within their budget, I mean, the siding wasn't done, the outside, the bathrooms, the floors, you name it, there wasn't even heat. And how much was the initial thought process that this was going to cost?
The initial thought process for the house in its entirety was $600,000, which is a lot of money.
But you can buy a house right now for $600,000 right downtown Toronto that is a piece of crap.
We put the agreement into place to start construction, at which point I got told I was being deployed to Afghanistan. Well, Carol and the children were still in Western Canada. I mean, there was just no one here. So it was I guess we kind of assumed that things would be taken care of. The first time we realized there was problems with the contractor and the timeline occurred while I was on my midterm break from Afghanistan. Packed up the wife and kids and all our belongings and hopped in our U-Haul truck and drove across Canada to move in here.
Showed up and the house wasn't, the roof wasn't even on. And so we put all of our stuff into the garage.
At that point, I had to go back to Afghanistan. So while back in Afghanistan, I was trying to be proactive, as limited as I could.
So this was hard on you, because you were dealing with the contractor.
Yeah, I was here almost every day doing even what I could do. And I would make runs into town to go get supplies for our contractor. Well, I need this, well, I need that. So I would go and I would be the gopher, and then, I stained the deck, I painted, I learned how to drywall, I did all the grouting on the tiles.
I did all the dormers and the
You
gable
did it?
ends. Yeah, myself and my brother-in-law.
Yeah.
Did it. My brother-in-law was helping me, and then the soffit and fascia wasn't done. We had squirrels, actually. Funny story with a squirrel running around here. We chased him with a hockey stick, trying to get the squirrel running around. We're in bed one night. And
Pretty slick. So you do have somewhat functional.
yes,
Okay, so you've got the kitchen, all in-floor heating, yes?
Yes.
it is.
Is it used?
Not
Is it?
hooked up.
I guess it's not workable. No.
No.
Let me guess. You finished the kitchen?
Yep. The whole ceiling was just exposed. You just had wires hanging down. So my cousin came in and did the pine tongue and groove in the ceiling. My sister's husband's dad did the tiling on the behind the stove. And we've had friends and family just come out and just kind of help where they could. We have people like Carol did the grouting and I did the tiling in the mudroom.
The relationship with our contractor, there is none. There's absolutely no contact.
10 years in the making
Yeah.
of planning.
Yeah.
And how many times I say this? We need to plan this, and we need to follow, we need to execute it. And you did all the right steps and tripped over one major one.
Yeah.
And that was finding the wrong contractor.
Sometimes I look around and I just think, this is just not the way it was supposed to be. And especially when Mark's away and you know, I'm here doing everything, and then I sit down and I look around and it's just not our dream home right now.
Do you think he did this on purpose? Do you think he's a pompous SOB?
No, I don't. I know Carol and I have spoken about this. I don't think that was it. I just think that he got over his head and didn't want to admit it. And then when things got bad, I just don't think he even knew where the money was going.
10 years from planning to 2 years of building to trying to convince the government to give them an occupancy permit because they're living everywhere else. They borrowed from all their friends, family, credit cards maxed out. They're actually in debt, $900,000.
Bills weren't getting paid. Near the end, I started paying people directly.
Bills didn't get paid.
Yeah, and actually we were getting bills that I'd already assumed were paid because I gave money to our
So
contractor.
the general contractor didn't pay the subcontractor.
So then I'm getting bills that we had to take credit lines
Or
out for in order to pay.
supplies.
So then I started paying, like I paid the kitchen guy directly, I paid the window guy directly.
We paid for the windows directly from
Because at
us.
that point,
Can you imagine that? Like, I don't get that. Almost $1 million out of pocket, and what did the contractor do? Nothing but turn their life into a mess.
This wears me down after a while. Just really actually looking around this house kind of wears me down sometimes.
I mean, obviously, we're trying to stay strong as a family, be strong for our children, and teach our children that sometimes life, you know, throws your curveballs, and you just have to deal with it and grow and learn.
Now what does he have to do? He has to fly to Africa and teach people there, which is not a bad thing, it's a good thing. But he has to do that to make more money. Now he's away from his kids, now he's away from his wife, just like throughout this whole thing.
It's my responsibility to do what I can to support the family, so off I go again.
You know, we had family members that would come up here to the house in the middle of the summer, beautiful day, and there's nobody here. There's nobody working on the house. So when it was supposed to be ready in August for the kids and I to move in, where was he? There's a lot of work to do here, so
We'd be happy if Mike painted the mailbox.
yeah. I mean, truly,
one
there's a
less
lot of work, and we would be grateful for anything that he can do for us.
I was really coming in to finish the outside, to get the inside safe. However, now that I look at the floor, somebody's gone and added forced there, and I'm pretty sure it's not enough, so I'm gonna need the bros in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna speak to the geothermal guys, which is gonna dictate what to do next when it comes to flooring. I think we can come in, finish the floor, finish the fireplace, because their vision was to have a stone wall all the way up.
Yep.
Finish the ceiling in tongue and groove pine, bam, 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 we fired in, it's done.
Okay.
Then do the siding on the garage and laundry area.
Yep.
Put a stone facing below it, and then they're a lot further ahead than they are now.
Okay.
At the end of this, if we can at least fill that beautiful big garage full of lumber so they can finish the bedrooms for his kids, I mean, that's a
great
big
idea.
birthday present.
Great idea.
So you have all kinds of goodies for me.
Yeah, we've
Concrete board, all the stone. Okay, I like that.
It's very much realistic nowadays. It's amazing what they can do with this product.
So this is for the fireplace on the inside, I'm gonna assume?
Fireplace and for around before we put the culture stone on.
Okay, what else do we have here?
Siding for the inside the garage, 1x6.
And what is in the other ones?
Tongue groove for inside the house.
And you brought me some tie part because we're gonna have to take some of the tie part down in the back because it's all ripped and no good.
Yep.
All right, this has been a great start. You know, I really appreciate you guys helping us help other people. This has been like, you guys just, boom, stepped up to the plate, came in. And if I need anything else, oh, you're bringing me scaffold too.
Yep.
What I'd love to do is definitely set up scaffold, because if we can prep to start the exterior siding, that would be freaking awesome. All the green flashing, it's not bad.
Yeah, there's a couple areas where, it's not necessarily sloppy, but just not right fit or finish.
I'll show you what I'm really worried about. Like, you see the way this is done.
That needs to be caulked.
So that's what you're suggesting?
Yeah, that's pre-grooved. You'll see that on any vinyl window. The
I
caulking
know.
that was put in here is hard. It's not flexible. So that needs to be recaulked with something flexible.
And again, you think about the bottom. How am I gonna finish the bottom? I don't have flashing in here.
You can install the siding first. I can trim it after.
All right, I feel better about that. How about these windows?
It's just not trimmed and tucked properly. I mean, it's all fairly minor. You can see it's all popping. And again, here, it just needs to be caulked.
Okay, you're not worried?
I'm not worried.
I'm not worried. I was panicking over it.
No, I'm not that worried.
I need someone to tuck tape the top, and then we'll start stapling, guys.
If you think of the use of Tide Par, what it does is it stops the penetration of rain hitting wood. Literally. But it's full of a million tiny freaking holes. And those holes allows the sheathing on the inside, on the outside of the house, to breathe out. So it really serves two purposes, to breathe and keep it watertight. We call it a building wrap.
We can go over a bit more. No, this way more.
Who really is the boss? I always wondered this.
This way?
Back again?
Yeah. Nah, this way, this way.
I'm looking at the ceiling. What I don't want to do is remove that.
So we can go over it?
I want to go over it.
Okay, great.
Because if we remove it, we're going to belly out with the insulation. We're going to create one thing leads to another effect.
Yeah, no kidding.
We can just go right over it.
Now the lights, you think there's enough room to just pull them slightly?
Pull one of them out, turn the lights off so you don't blind yourself. Pull
Yep.
them out, make sure we can pull it down, that our diffuser comes
Okay.
out, and we can recap back in over top.
All right.
Get our laser level in here. Boom, set it up.
So we get a first level line to come off
That's
of,
right,
right?
because you want everything
Yeah.
to meet into place.
You on? Okay. I gotta test whether or not the insulation's bowing this out, or whether it's just the plywood.
You can clearly see the bowing in it, just because they didn't put enough nails in it. This
Yeah.
is like cheap, what is it, 3/8?
I think, yeah, that's...
Which is
oh.
actually, in a way, a bonus to us, but if you can push that up and
Yeah.
get it fired nice and tight in, check with that level, we're good to go.
Okay, buddy. Okay, let's see if that grabbed it.
Keep going, keep going. Push him now.
Oh, yeah, there we go.
All right, you know what?
Yeah?
Now that that's grabbing, I don't think we have to move the lights. I think we're good.
Ah, it's awesome.
The homeowners, they did the kitchen, them and their family. They did the bathrooms, they did the mud room. Let me tell you, all the contractor did was erect it and caused nothing but problems, didn't pay his subs. I mean, he's a complete dog.
Pretty excited, pretty mixed emotions, scared, excited, enthused, grateful, all the above.
Little things we learn over the years is to be even. So when you have a cathedral ceiling, look at it this way, where do you start with all that beautiful pine? Get in a lasered line so that you start at the same spot, that when it transitions back to this floor, on the second floor, it looks proper. Doesn't look like we're a bunch of amateurs that we came in a little high and a little low on this side. Tools make the difference. Oh, and a little bit of experience.
Oh, yeah, that's grabbing really nice.
We've been lucky to have a lot of people come in and help us. And John and Glenn, let me tell you, two ex-military guys, they know exactly what it is to help people. Okay, you guys have been with us now how long?
couple months now.
Couple months, and I know it's been just supposed to be a temporary thing, right? How'd you like to work full-time?
Love to. Absolutely.
And I mean full-time.
I would love to.
They're gonna hire you full-time.
It's a little bit different coming to work every day. It's nice to wake up every day and want to come to work. That's what's so enticing about like us being here. So it's a really good atmosphere, and it's nice to have bosses that not only teach you, but you can go to them with any problems or questions you have. So it's been an awesome experience so far, and me and Johnny are both really excited for the future.
I feel like I fit right in from day one. I feel like these guys could have been overseas with us. I'd serve with them any day overseas, and yeah, it's just been a great experience so far.
Welcome to the team.
Thanks very much.
Yeah, boys. Woo! Nice. Nice job, buddy.
How's that?
The geothermal heating and cooling system, that's another thing that the contractor failed to finish. Another thing we have to do. Wow, we took everything out. This is what we do, start again, yes? Yeah. Start all over. Have you checked all the lines, the ones that are on the floor, the ones that are in the garage?
Yeah, so we've put pressure on the lines on the in-floor and the upstairs as well.
Do we have leaks?
No, so far everything's perfect. We tested the loop, it's all up to pressure.
There was 3,600 feet of 3/4-inch line laid horizontally around the house at a depth of about 5 feet. And the geothermal system uses these lines to absorb energy from the earth and help convert it to heat in the winter or cool it in the summer. And that saves money. When it comes to geothermal, what we need to look at is if we have a beautiful amount of space of land, we're gonna run those pipes horizontal. For other houses that are really tight or short space, we're gonna go vertical. In this case, we did both. Rather disappointing that we've had to pull out all the ductwork, and that's a lot of money, think about it. I mean, not to mention waste. We're gonna recycle it all, but it's not size big enough for the units to actually heat and cool the house. So Gary, love the guy. He couldn't turn a blind eye to it, pull it all down, make up all new, run it new, make it rain.
The guys have worked their butts off getting all the strapping on around the house. We've got a little area left to do today. Once that goes up, the siding goes on as fast as we can so we can try and beat the weather.
At the bottom of our trim in here, we got our strapping. We're gonna apply this J trim here, which is gonna allow for any water or moisture that gets in to drain out the bottom, while at the same time, keeping any bugs or anything from going back up underneath.
Okay.
We're gonna keep it up just the width of a shim off the deck, and that's gonna give that room, that air to get in there and let the water out.
We've cut 16-inch pieces of concrete board, and we're gonna attach them from the top of the wood to the bottom of the deck, just so we have something for our stone to adhere to at the bottom of the house. It's gonna look really nice once we're finished everything.
We have considered like just throwing in the towel on this house, really, but it's not something that we want. We do want this house, and we've worked hard for it, and unfortunately right now the way it is, it's not our dream home. But you know, I kind of joke that Rome wasn't built in a day, and we're on a 10-year plan, I think, here, so. You know, I'm here on my own the majority of the time, and it's hard. But I know that Mark is doing his best for our family. I know that.
Big day. Getting going on the siding, and I'm really liking the look of this. I think it really complements all the log. I think they're gonna love it.
putting the siding on here. We're just slapping it down to make sure it's secure onto the tongue and groove.
Well, this was a bit of an interesting floor to try and figure out. This original floor was set up for radiant floor heating. So we had differences of height around the whole room. So best idea wins on how to beef it up. Do I put 6 layers of 3/4 inch plywood? No, we don't. What we're gonna do is actually use a 2-inch insulation, screw down 3/4 plywood over top of it just to give us our depth. So then when we put hardwood, it's actually gonna butt into our tiles around the whole perimeter perfectly. Okay, we're gonna get all the insulation down first, start on our plywood, then we're gonna tackle this fireplace.
We're just cutting in our last register here. Because we drove the floor up with our foam and our plywood, now Gary's gonna come along and he's gonna put in a little sleeve to bring that duct up so it's sealed the entire way into this room. Because of the size of these windows, they required more air. So originally they had 1 in each corner of this room, not enough. He added 2 more, 1 up the front here, closer to the window, give enough air, enough heat to keep this house warm in the winter, cool in the summer.
Next step, we need to get started on the stonework on the outside, then the fireplace on the inside.
Adam, just even getting those 2 studs up, you can get a sense of what this fireplace is gonna look like. It's awesome. So are you okay on your clearances with non-combustible?
I am. We've got steel stud for anything within 6 inches of the inside.
Beautiful.
And 4 feet of the top.
That's more than enough. All right, you guys are fine. Michael, how you doing?
Good, how are you, Damon?
Good, bud. Looks great, man. You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
What is this, culture, right?
Yep, cultured stone. It's a veneer. Range is about 1.5 to 1 inch thick.
Yeah.
Nice and light, easy to lay.
I don't know, is there anything I can help you with? Get my hands a little
Well,
dirty here?
I'd like you to lay one at least.
Really?
You can.
Awesome.
This great big guy right here.
Come on.
You put that right there.
All right.
Put it on the wall and then we'll chip it up so it stays in place.
Gotcha. 1 down, 1 million to go.
Cut 1 more and put it on top.
All right, what do you got? A cut
I
for me?
have that marked right over here.
That one there?
1 right on top. Wiggle it in there nice so you have a nice gap all the way around.
All right.
Keep it right up to the top. And
You
chip
happy with
it up.
that?
Yep,
You happy with that, bud?
absolutely.
All right. Okay, I think I've labored enough. I'm gonna go inside and tell some people what to do.
You got it. Thanks for the
buddy.
help, Damon.
No worries.
We gotta match the contour of the logs. So one of our guys came up with a really, really smart idea. We have this tool, and all you do is run it along the side of the logs onto the cement board, cut that out, and it should slide in perfectly.
Talk to each other when she slides in.
Looks good. Looks good. The stone will fill in the rest.
You ready
right here we have our platoon full of guys that we were working with up here. Everyone from Mike, the big boss man, right down to all the production guys and the volunteers that we have. We got Derek that came up with the idea of doing this whole thing, you know, funny guy Derek. Here's Giles, one of our volunteers that stuck around, and Bruce and Pat, another couple volunteers. Uncle Billy doing his usual thing, you know, what he does here and helps everyone out. And Carlito came up for a day or two. We're just gonna go ahead and close this up, and in about 20 years from now, when they open it up, it'll be a big surprise.
People call me happy.
Happy.
Yeah.
You know what? He is always happy, and sometimes it almost gets to me, though.
Too happy?
A little too happy sometimes.
Yin and yang.
Johnny and I thought it'd be a good idea to show our new family what our old family used to look like and bring them on base. And it was nice showing them our element and them being involved. It just turned out to be a great day.
John and Glenn arranged a rappel from a 30-foot tower. Man, that's pretty cool.
Here we go.
The rappelling really made me nervous. I was kind of terrified.
You'll be fine.
It's just rappelling and then it freaks me out.
You'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Feed him to the bottom.
All the guys were doing it, so I had to do it. It was really scary. I'm not even gonna lie. I was petrified.
Sherry, I saw her face up there, and she was terrified. I think it was just the beginning, getting over that edge. Once she was over, she wasn't that bad, but she was terrified.
I don't like to admit a lot of fears. I don't like to be scared of a lot of things, so I kind of push myself to do it anyway, and I did, and I am very happy that I did it, and I would have regretted it if I didn't, so I just have to kick myself in the arse and do it.
Okay, this part's easier.
Yeah, once it is easier now.
I did it, and I got to the bottom, and there was one more to do, and so I did it again.
Oh, God.
Perfect, yep. Now let your feet go and let them line out.
That's a line out.
There you go, right now, you're perfect, yep. Now let your feet go and let them line out at the same time.
Oh, I don't want to do that.
No, you're good. There you go. Nice.
Nice.
Okay, this part's easy.
I like that. This one's easy.
I like that one better than the wall.
Really? I'm not nervous anymore, eh?
I'm still shaking, and I'm tired.
You're upside down. There you go.
I was a high-rise window cleaner for years. 42 stories of building, it's nothing. The upside down thing, I didn't do that while window cleaning. All right, let's go.
His money's falling out.
Where is it? That was sort of weird because it's just like threw everything out. I was like, oh, what should I hold it? How should I do this? It was still fun. That was a lot of fun.
Oh, man. What the hell is going on?
Live on the edge a little bit. It's good.
This is definitely a day worth working for.
What I want to do is come up with some ideas on a mantle. I thought maybe we could get away with a full stone fireplace, but it's just too much. It's too big, too bulky, so I definitely want to break it up. The one thing I did see outside was some half-cut logs that they used for building this house, right? I'm thinking of incorporating that. I'm going to have to open this up, beef up our framing behind, because that half log's going to be pretty heavy.
Got it?
Yeah. Okay, so here's the profile of my log, okay? So this is where it's gonna be sitting. There's my cement board right there. There's my mantle log, right? So we notch out the back, keep the cement board on, and we can actually put two pieces of either 2x4, 2x6 on top of the cement board. That way it's on the outside of the combustible zone. Then build off of the cement board, like this. Insert the log, that way it gives us a screw point right through here. And that way it won't go anywhere. Just right in front of the stairs, about 10, 15 feet off. The log's been out in the weather for a long time, so it's moldy and it's got dirt all through it. So Glenn's gonna do a light sanding on it, clean it up real nice, and stain it to match the rest of the logs on the inside of the house.
I'm using a 3-in-1 cleaner right now, so what it's gonna do is it's gonna get down to the surface of the wood and pull out all the dirt, mold, or mildew that might be on it. As you can see, as soon as I put on the surface cleaner, the dirt's just starting to pull out. So it's working. It's gonna look good at the end. Last time I was here, there wasn't any siding installed below these windows. So the crews put on the vertical strapping and the new siding. I just have to close this gap off, some color match material, tie into the green windows, and we're just gonna create a little drip edge. So any driving water that hits against this area comes out over the siding and drips away.
I love how you started, Johnny, with your big chunky corners. So just remember to just fly over the fireplace by like a 1/4 inch. You're just trying to make the gray board disappear. We'll do a nice mortar line right down the side of it after, okay? See the stone? See the mantle? 10 the floors are done. Beautiful room, you guys.
So we're just finishing up the last piece on this job. We came in, tore out all the old equipment that was here. Guys who installed it screwed everything up. So we've been working with Buchanan and Hall. These guys are fantastic. You know, they're putting in the geothermal. We're working with them. We're installing all the ductwork. This is my last piece, couple grills, and we're finished. We can give the house back to the homeowner. And I think they'll be very happy with what we've done here.
Today we're working on doing the install of the hardwood floor, trying to match it up to the slate tile in the entranceway in the kitchen, and wrapping it around the new fireplace that was done. We try to think ahead when we're laying out a floor. There's some things that have to be done, long linear lines have to be followed, but we like to turn the wood, make some intricate details, transition from one direction to another using a herringbone pattern, things like that.
Steve, you're just doing your end cuts.
Yeah.
Are you cutting the back ends of these? How are you fitting those in?
This, there was a tongue on this end of the wood, and there's a tongue here. We don't want to just put this in and try to pin it down because it won't lock into place. So what we've done, cut the tongue off, and I've got a guy out on the saw that's creating grooves.
Right, and that's a great little option, right? You just ties it right back in.
That's right.
And solidifies the whole floor.
Locks it in place.
That's a whole lot of trunk. Look at that. Gentlemen.
Hey, Mike.
This is Steve.
Steve, yes.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Joel, nice to see you again.
Nice to see you.
Okay, right away, as soon as I walked in, what did I see? Neatness. And that tells me the pros, and I know it right away. And I love this. Look at how neat this looks.
Thanks.
This is what I want to see each and every time. So where is the system at right now?
Well, it's 100% complete. We're just ready to fire it up now.
Okay, just as a test?
Yeah.
Okay, please.
So this just shows the system status. If there's any problem with the machine, it would show the problem.
Oh, I love that. So it tells you, I don't feel well. You know,
Yeah.
just like your kids talk to you. I love that.
So if
Okay, you turned it on.
Yeah, there you
Heating.
go. So it's in heating stage 1 right now. It's a dual stage unit, so it only uses the amount of electricity that it needs to run.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, stage 2 just kicked in.
We can tell that the groundwater temperature coming out of the unit is about 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Going back in, right now we're about 53.5. This also shows the return air temperature, that's the air coming back into the unit, as well as the temperature of the air going out of the unit. So we're up to about 100 degrees right now. So you have to remember too is that this is your heating and air conditioning all in one. There's no outdoor unit, there's no anything like that, right? So
because we take cool water and use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
So just lead the way, buddy. We got like 5 of us here today. We're gonna help you do this.
So really easy, we're gonna start over at the side here.
Okay.
We're gonna run a straight line with our first string of sod.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna step it, okay?
Okay.
And then start rolling in towards where we've cut.
Do you have a line indicator, or do you just want to follow the gravel?
Follow the gravel.
All right, so where do you want to start? I'm just gonna start in the corner here.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Green side up?
Always. What's the matter with you?
All right.
You're just messing with me now.
Earlier, these were all nailed in place, a couple of screws on angles. It's not the proper method, and you can tell they did it in different stages. We have proper screws, at least, and washers on that one, but not on this one. A couple of nails and nothing in the bottom. You know, think about it, all this weight on top of here. All right, there's no earthquakes around here, but rules are rules. Put a bolt in the hole, and that's all of them.
Let's test this on top. Might be the wrong color, but what do you think?
Might not match.
Need a haircut?
Yeah, it's pretty lush, eh?
I've never seen it that thick.
It's like a shag rug.
Look at this, we got the fire department coming in and making a barbecue. It looks like the fire department, just in case they make a fire, I'm sure they can put it out. This man is a custom barbecue guy, and they came in from town just to make us lunch. Now, this is the first time I've ever turned this into a setup. We'll call it staging, and it's only because the homeowners have been gone for so long. I don't want them to come back to an empty house, so we're gonna actually set up the living room, make it really cozy, comfortable. I brought in 2 pros. They know exactly what they're doing. You see this, it's looking really good.
I wanted it big.
Johnny?
Put your feet up.
Obviously, it wasn't finished because there was no more money, because we were just plugging away at this point. And that's why Mark's in Saudi Arabia right now.
Are you excited at all?
Yeah, very excited. Nervous?
Do you like hot tubs? Oh, wait a minute, you have one.
Yep.
Okay, I was called in to do the outside of the home, to protect the home from the elements of the weather, and that was, to me, very important. But I had to finish the inside, the focal point, the fireplace, the cathedral ceiling, the pine, the flooring, so that when they came home, that was another thing off their mind. Look, it's a log home. Little things are dressed up, but look at the siding.
It's beautiful. It's
completely finished on the outside now.
That's awesome.
You see the new stone? I brought in a stone guy, and he did a great job on the outside. And that's all the way around. It goes around the side, right to the back. We made sure that we closed off the section, made it watertight.
That's so nice. And I just can't believe this. I said I wasn't gonna cry.
It's okay. You're gonna make me cry if you keep it up, though. But I want to show you the wood, because for me, that wood is just a beautiful, it just does not match. Isn't that a beautiful color match?
Yeah.
Come on over here. I want to show you this. I even moved your gas line over because it was too close to your gas dryer. So rather than change it inside, I changed it outside. We removed some venting because we did a whole new system. So bringing in the geothermal guys, testing the underground, coming back into the house, 2 big units were installed. The whole furnace you had put in there, completely gone. All new ductwork. Testing the in-floor, the geothermal. Bringing Steve in to make sure we fixed flashing in areas, and caulking was a good attempt by your husband and his friend, but we had to fix it up because my job here was to blanket your home so you could now come home to the inside and slowly finish the inside.
Yeah, thank you.
Any questions before I walk you around the house?
No.
None? Like, how you doing, or?
Finishing that geothermal is amazing for us because we had the work done, the pipes in the ground, and honestly, no one was willing to give us the information that we needed in order to finish it.
It's not just about us coming in, but making sure all the licensed guys, electricians, plumbers, and we did a few things inside that, you know, it's a couple, don't get your hopes up. I'm gonna show you, but I did as much as I could in the time period, okay?
Yep.
But you can see how it comes around the house.
Oh, it looks beautiful.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Again, fixing flashing, and all your flashing on the back there that I was terrified about, completely fixed and caulked. We're no longer worried about anything penetrating or harming your interior, okay? So now I'm happy with this. Nice flowers. This is from your neighbors. This is your neighbors.
Oh my gosh.
It's your neighbors. Fixing little things like the structure, the bolting that wasn't done, a few things that obviously just were not complete. So come towards the door, because don't look through the glass. Okay?
I'm not looking.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so close your eyes, and I don't want you to open them until I tell you. We'll just wipe our feet here. Okay, keep your eyes closed.
Okay.
You're safe, you're not gonna trip on anything. And I'm just gonna bring you right into here.
Oh.
You notice this, the floor? Open your eyes.
I'm overwhelmed. Mike and the crew did a lot of work for us, and I'm very happy.
Last person I did a reveal screamed her head off.
Oh my God. It's beautiful.
Sort of like home now, isn't it? This is my guys that did this. I asked them, we set up the scaffold, we started all your planking, and we have enough to do the rest of your house in your garage. So the rest of your house will be done, okay, in time. But I thought we needed to finish this room for you and your family.
Thank you.
See how they tied the flooring? Isn't that nice?
It's beautiful.
I brought two guys in that were in the area that are really good at this, and they did all the flooring all the way underneath, tied it back into what your husband did and all the tile. But this is comfort.
I love it. Thank you. You know, it's not just the things that I could see when I'm sitting in the house or when I'm walking around, the things that aren't done. It's the things that we can't see that I also worry about, that things weren't done properly, that we can't see. And what will happen 5 years down the road or 10 years down the road. And now that I know that Mike has gone and sealed windows and sealed my logs and, you know, things like that, that's a huge relief. We can't thank you enough. This is, oh my goodness, I love that fireplace. There won't be any more mini hockey allowed and mini stick hockey allowed in the living room. There's absolutely, I'm putting my foot down on that one. Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
So, honey, they made our house a home. And I said I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm gonna let you see the fireplace.
Yeah. Oh, my. Holy smokes. Wow.
For more information about this show, please visit hgtv.ca.